Have you ever noticed something strange about people? They stay distant for weeks, sometimes for months, and just when you finally start accepting their absence, they come back. Not when you needed them, not when you were waiting, but exactly at the moment you begin to move on. It feels confusing, right? Part of you wonders if it's just a coincidence, while another part starts questioning. Why now? Why not earlier? And what does this even mean? That moment can pull you right back into something you were slowly trying to heal from. Because moving on is not a sudden decision. It's a quiet process. It begins when you stop checking your phone as often, when their name slowly leaves your thoughts, and when your days start feeling lighter without them. And just as that peace starts forming, they reappear. Sometimes with a simple message, and sometimes acting like nothing ever changed. And that is what makes it hard to understand. But there is a pattern behind this behavior, and once you see it clearly, it starts making sense in a different way. When you are emotionally attached to someone, your energy is focused on them. You think about them often, you respond quickly, and you make space for them in your life. In a way, your attention becomes predictable, and people can feel that, even without you saying anything. But when you begin to move on, that energy shifts. You stop reaching out as much. You stop reacting the same way. Your attention slowly returns to yourself. For someone who was used to your attention, this change can feel unfamiliar. Even if they pulled away first, they were still comfortable knowing that you hadn't. And when that certainty disappears, it creates a reaction. This doesn't always mean they suddenly developed deep feelings for you, because there is a difference between missing a person and missing the attention they gave you. And many people confuse the two. When you were always available, they didn't feel the need to come closer. But when you start pulling away, it disrupts their dynamics. And suddenly, they feel the urge to reconnect. Not because they have changed, but because something familiar is no longer there. Your attention and energy. If someone truly valued the connection, they wouldn't wait until you started moving on. They would have been consistent from the beginning. Coming back only when you're leaving often says more about their comfort than their feelings. And this is where many people get pulled back in. Because when someone returns, it creates hope. You start thinking maybe things will be different this time. Maybe they realized your value. But hope often ignores patterns. And patterns tell you more truth than words ever will. If someone disappears when you are present, and returns when you are distant, that behavior is not random. It's a cycle. And unless something genuinely changes, that cycle usually repeats itself. Now this doesn't mean people can never come back with honest intentions. Sometimes they do grow and return with clarity. But real change is shown through consistency. Through the effort that stays. Not through the effort that appears only when you're leaving. So when someone comes back at the moment you are moving on, take a step back and look at it clearly. Not just how it feels, but what it shows. Are they showing different behavior? Or repeating the same pattern? Because one leads to growth, and the other leads back to the same place. There is nothing wrong with feeling something when they come back. This is natural. But what matters is what you choose to do next. Because sometimes the reason people return is not to stay, but to see if they still can be in your life. And once you understand that, their return stops feeling like a sign, and starts feeling like a choice. A choice between going back to something familiar, or continuing towards something better.